As leaders, we recognize that individuals will appropriately keep score differently, but that as a part of a team, a shared agreement that we are moving forward at the speed we desire is critical to team cohesiveness and individual engagement. No matter where you live in the world, you will have experienced the phenomenon of migrating birds. Depending on season or changing environmental conditions, birds begin to move, often thousands of miles away, to shelter, feed, or breed in preparation for their next migration. How birds, some smaller than your fist, are able to move across thousands of miles of the Earth's surface and never get lost is something that has fascinated and occupied the attention of laypeople and scientists alike. How do migrating birds maintain their direction over these long distances? It turns out that at least 4 highly developed organs and senses are involved: eyes, ears, beaks, and brains. Working in concert, these biological structures allow for an amazing level of accuracy in maintaining direction and achieving your destination. The bird's eyes and brain cooperate to map and then imprint past journeys into a working biological GPS system. In concert with a magnet stored in the bird's ears, they compare the geographic features their eyes are seeing with the maps stored in their brains and their sense of magnetic north. How these maps get transferred to rising generations is still a mystery, but young birds seem to combine an inherent sense of map against experience gained while traveling with older birds. Finally, the birds have a type of olfactory map. It's located in the sense organs found in their beaks, and it allows them to smell their way through the environment, detecting and responding to familiar scents and then correlating them with location. There are real lessons here for leaders who want to lead teams rather than flocks, across projects rather than continents, and do so in ways that maximize engagement and minimize time spent wandering. Do you, as a leader, have those internal maps based on previous journeys, product launches, successful projects, firefighting wisdom, etc., that you've actively stored so that when similar situations arise, you have a map to follow, at least until you orient to new features of the journey you're now on? Are you actively working to transfer that working wisdom in the form of organizational experience to the rising generations of team members and leaders so that they can make those journeys successfully? Do you have, rooted in your personal values and ethics and the mission, vision, and values of your organization, an internal compass telling you where your ethical and moral pole is? Do you regularly compare your maps, your current flight plan, and your team's challenges to that magnetic guide to make sure that in the pursuit of success, you haven't departed from the greater path? Can you smell something out of the ordinary, whether for good or for ill? Are your instincts, the metaphorical equivalent of smell, well honed, well nourished, and regularly tightened and improved based on your experience? Do you lead your team through discussion, debrief, problem solving, and root cause analysis in ways that allow them to hone their instincts and become better at smelling a good or bad situation on the horizon? If birds can migrate thousands of miles while maintaining direction, reach their destination year after year after year, and transfer that knowledge successfully to the rising generations, then perhaps, in this case, we have much to learn from them. Maybe great leaders are more bird-brained than we'd ever even imagined. And maybe that's really a good thing.